Today, we're making Pho's sexy cousin, Bún Riêu. So if you don't know, Bún Riêu is a Vietnamese crab meatball noodle dish. Traditionally, it's used with ground pork, but today I'm gonna use ground beef because it's all I got. You can also use ground chicken too if you guys can't eat pork. So let's get it started. So I have some cabbage, tomatoes, and green onions. So let's cut them up. For the green onions, we're gonna separate the white part and the green part because we're gonna use it for different things. So first you're gonna separate the green from the white. And then for the green parts, you're gonna cut them into like 1-inch sections. A head of cabbage I had left over from another recipe. I didn't want to buy a new one. We're just gonna use whatever we have left. So for the tomatoes, we're just gonna quarter them. So that basically means you're gonna cut it in half and then in half again. Now we're gonna make the meatballs, also known as the Rio of the Bun Rieu. This is like the easiest way to make it, but you can like use real crab and all that fun stuff. Traditionally, it's made with ground pork, but I only have ground beef handy, so I'm just gonna use ground beef. You can also use ground chicken too if you can't eat pork. Next, we're gonna add in the spicy crab paste. Next, we're gonna add some crab. I'm using canned crab because it's super easy to get at stores. You can also use real crab too. We're gonna add the green parts of the onions we cut earlier. And then 2 eggs. Hey. Okay, now we're gonna give it, oh, that did not work out how I thought it was gonna be. Now we're gonna mix it. Next, we're gonna slightly saute the onions and tomatoes to release a little bit of flavor. Once the oil is heated, we're gonna add in the white parts of the green onions, as well as the tomatoes. This is my favorite Bun Rieu soup base. It's from Quoc Viet Foods. So we're gonna add about a tablespoon in here as well. Once you're done cooking the tomatoes, remove it from the heat, and then now we're gonna start cooking on the broth. First, we're gonna pour in some chicken stock. Now, add in your tomatoes that we cooked earlier. So once your pot of broth comes to a boil, we're gonna start dropping in the meatballs. When I'm lazy, I just honestly take spoonfuls and drop it in, but I have gloves today and we got time. So we're gonna make them into cute little balls. As big or as small as you'd like. I grab like a spoonful, like a tablespoonful, and I just make it into a little ball, and I just drop it in. Like that. So this won't take very long, but once the balls float to the surface, it's already done. So now we're gonna season the broth. First, we're gonna add in some sugar. I'm using palm sugar, but you can also just use regular sugar. One of these. We're gonna add some of the Bun Rieu soup base again. Just a little bit. And then lastly, gotta have shrimp paste. It's dank, so I start off with a little bit and then kind of add more as you like taste it. That much. My mother-in-law got this one from Vietnam, so it's dank. So finally, we're gonna add in some fried tofu. At my local Asian market, they already fry it for me, but you can also just buy regular tofu, fry it, and then put it in here. But this saves a lot of time. I'm gonna toss them right in there. Bit of stir to make sure everything is in here. So I have some vermicelli noodles. All I did was cook it to package directions. So now we're gonna garnish with some cabbage, lemon or lime, and green onions. The meatballs are the best part.